Thank you so much, Lorna Solopian, for being part of this Breakthrough Mastery Circle. It's been an absolute joy. You bring such light and energy to the room, even from the WhatsApp group. You know, they say that energy introduces you even before you speak. So, as the head of legal at Pearl Dairy, I have found that you bring a lot of insights that, because of your training and experience, shed a lot of light. And my experience with lawyers is there's a lot of confidence and courage. You're avid readers, you know a lot, and you're not afraid to articulate it. I think in our experience at Breakthrough over the last decade or so, we have had a number of lawyers trusting us with their leadership reinvention because they feel that they're very good at what they do, but there's something that could be holding them back. And part of my journey with them has been to help them see what is it that you need to unlearn that is no longer serving you well in the spaces and the spheres of influence. And that's exactly what I wanted to have this conversation with you about. What do you feel, experience, and even from what we've covered in this just first module, have you seen as some things that not only for you, but for you, and also observations you've made even for the legal fraternity that can be an area for unlearning so that they can truly rise and become their next best selves?
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Pat.
You're welcome.
So I thank God for the opportunity to be in-house counsel. And being in-house counsel broadens your mindset because you're not only dealing with one aspect of law, maybe conveyancing or litigation, is you have to be an actual business partner. So that means learning every single day something new about the business. So as a business lawyer, you have to be good in accounts. You have to know something about compliance. You have to know something about litigation. You have to know something about stakeholder management.
Full all circle.
You have to be full circle. So indeed, if you want to be a successful business lawyer, unlearning and relearning is mandatory. It is not something that you should do or you can do. It's something that you must do every single day. And I thank God for BMC because in the past 3 days, actually on day one, we learned the power of curiosity.
I remember that.
The power of curiosity. Coming into a room not with a closed mind. Because when you come into a room with a closed mind and with judgment, what happens is that you block yourself from learning and you block creativity from other people and from yourself. So being a lawyer who embraces unlearning and relearning means I also give opportunity to my team members to be creative. I am a strong believer in mentorship, both being mentored and being reverse mentorship as well. Working with a young team as I have right now means that I have to keep asking. So this is what I do, we have done for the past 10 years, but how can we do it better? And what happens is then you end up leading a team or a department that excels at just that simple thing, fresh ideas, unlearning, relearning. And I can only imagine if we could bring in that concept across every aspect, starting from the government itself, to our churches, to our homes, we would be in a totally different sphere of our lives as a nation and even as a world. So thank you, Dr. Pat.
No, you're so welcome. And you know, when I look at how the legal fraternity is so powerful, and when I see how much goes into the LSK elections, I know there's a legal fraternity all the way, the judiciary all the way. What you see is as a light in terms of a transformation that you would want to actually get involved in with respect to just looking at how lawyers are trained right from law school and how then they get in. Because I love what you said about being a full circle trusted business partner, because that's what you are. And sometimes we get caught up in the narrowness of this thin slice is my expertise and nothing more than conveyancing and nothing more. But unfortunately, the future of work is telling us that you have to have multiple intersections of the kind of functions, roles and insights and even expertise that you have, and that's what will help you thrive. What would you say if you were to go back and help the reframing and reinvention of how lawyers are trained from inception looking back?
Fantastic. That is an amazing, amazing question. I would change a few things, starting with the type of attachment systems that they have, broadening it. Other than having students have only judicial attachments, get them attached to government positions, get them attached to companies, let them go to and work in hospitals even, because you could be
love that.
a doctor at a hospital, you could be a lawyer at a hospital.
Yes.
Have attachments that are so wide and cut across that by the time the student comes back and is ready to even write their thesis, the thesis is so broad, and I must laugh at Dr. Pat. So when I wrote my thesis and I gave my lecturer, I told him I wanted to write about the rights of an unborn child.
Oh, of an unborn child. You are way ahead.
They had never heard of it, and he wondered, how in heaven's name did you? But it was because of the experiences that I had been exposed to by that time. So if you do not give the students that exposure, then how do you expect them to research, to learn, to want to get into these spheres? But also to take it a step back. What if we study it at home?
Absolutely, I was hoping you'd go there.
At home, in the way that we raise our children. I'm an avid believer in you can actually be all-rounded, which I tell my children every day. You could be a footballer, an actor, an engineer, a doctor, all in one. Who says that when I grow up, I want to be up? When I grow up, I want to be 10,000 things, and why not? So just changing that aspect from home means that even as the children, they will be able to challenge the system. They will want to try out many things and succeed and probably move on to the next thing. Oprah Winfrey says, purpose does not have to be time bound.
It is not supposed
You
to
cannot.
be.
You do not have to have one purpose for the rest of your life. What if you want to be this for the next 10 years, this for the next 11, this for the next 12? You change the world in a very diverse way. Yeah.
Oh, you struck a chord with me on first. Your topic, the rights of an unborn child. You know, I believe that life begins at conception.
Yeah.
So that child, no matter what circumstances that conception has happened, has a right to life.
Yeah.
Has a right, and I think that already is the all-inclusive right, because when you don't have that right, you have nothing else.
Yeah.
So you are way ahead, and I hope that you continue to breathe life in the spaces that you're operating in, so that, because you know now there's a lot of different thoughts around that, but I think that those thoughts have just come because sometimes people are wounded, are in pain, or where the money is flowing. You know, and so that clarity of mind to be that wise that long ago, when you were so young and really just starting off, says something about the kind of lady you are. So well done. The second thing I want to raise is the issue of parenting and family. And you know, one of the things we try and say, so aligned to what you said, is don't ask what will you be when you grow up. Ask which problems do you want to solve. And you know, the problems are so many. So if you focus on solving a problem, you'll never run out of work.
Very true.
So I love the intersection of those two ideas. It's been such an honor having this conversation, Lorna. I can only imagine who you will be by the time we graduate.
I can't wait either.
Thank you for honoring me.